knows a thing or two about all this. Senator Schmitt, welcome, sir. Congrats on Tuesday. You know, I want to take us through. You've got, you basically got 4 cases, right? 2 of them are Jack Smith cases, I guess. The J6 case in Washington and the documents case in Florida. I don't see anything for Jack Smith to do, so maybe he's resigned today. What do you think?
Well, these cases were all sort of falling apart. The house of cards was coming tumbling down for months. And I think the American people, Larry, weighed in with their verdict on Tuesday. They've had enough of this. We don't want to be a banana republic. I think that was all on the ballot, too, because it's everything. The only thing, quite frankly, the Democrats had was to demonize President Trump and half of America by calling him garbage. So this lawfare was a part of that. It's been rejected. So I think the tail of the tape here is the arc of this story, remember, started after the midterms. Joe Biden gives a speech saying, we're never going to let President Trump back in the White House. We're going to do everything we can. These zombie cases are resurrected, including the Jack Smith cases, the Fani Willis case, the Alvin Bragg case, and one of those has already been dismissed, the documents case. And I think what's also important for all of these, Larry, the main reason they're going to come down from a legal perspective is all of them were using evidence in their cases, even though they were political in nature, based on President Trump's time in the Oval Office. Well, in that Supreme Court decision on presidential immunity, that evidence is now gone. So these would go away by way of appeal anyway, or they should be dismissed at the trial court level. But no matter what, these cases were always bogus, and the American people saw through it.
Yeah, so this guy Smith, so he steps down, like walks out of the building, no more. The Justice Department drops the case. It just shows you what a lot of nonsense it was. I mean, you know.
Well, it proves it was, it proves it was political all along, Larry. I mean, this was always, these were political decisions, and that is such a dangerous thing to do and a very dangerous road to go down. The American people do not want our justice system used in that way, and Jack Smith was appointed for that specific purpose. He had a reputation for being an overzealous, overcharging prosecutor in the first place. It's why they put him in that position. The judge in Florida said he shouldn't have been appointed anyway. It was unconstitutional. So his whole tenure was certainly suspect to begin with, but the cases most certainly are.
You don't think, I mean, in New York, okay, these nutty people in New York, Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, and so forth. First of all, an appellate court has already poked holes in this case, but there is a sentencing scheduled on this business. You know, they turned a misdemeanor into a federal crime. They had outrageous fines and keeping the Trumps out of their own business. I mean, they can't have a sentencing with a president-elect, and yet that seems like that's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah, I was actually up there for part of that trial. There's so many legal holes in that case that are ripe for appeal. They have appealed on many of those fronts. I think they would be successful anyway. As you mentioned, they bootstrapped these misdemeanors into felonies. You had evidence come in, objections that were overruled. I mean, the list goes on and on. I think that's ripe for appeal, and they'll be successful. But as far as the sentencing, I just don't see any way Judge Marchand will move forward on that, given what happened. It was such a resounding victory. It was a landslide. And my hope, Larry, is that the Democrats and the left, the temperature comes down because their tactics and the whole basis and orientation of their party, which has been anti-Trump for 8 years, was rejected by the American people. And so, listen, if there's ever a cause for us to move forward now and fight the good fight with an agenda, with this mandate, now is the time. And I think that President Trump's going to deliver on that. And now you got a Republican House, Republican Senate, and we can provide a relief for working people, because that's what this election was all about.
All right, spot on. Senator Eric Schmitt, Missouri, thanks for your wisdom, sir. We appreciate it very, very much.